Evening everybody, Rich here, back for part 2 of this MS Estonia tutorial, and today's focus will be the ship's main hull, which will be the big white section, and also a couple of decks on the inside, which will be the car deck and the main deck on the top. So those will be those two decks for today. But before we do that, got to do a little bit of tidying up to the bulbous bow on the front here. Well, on the top of it at least. There's maybe a bit of an error. It's not an error, but it's something I may have not have edited properly into the first video. So along the top here, we've got this row of 2 here. Basically, you just want to add another 2 blocks there, and then another 2 blocks there like that. So that's just to tidy that up. Like I said, it may have been in the last video, but not edited properly. So that's just to tidy up those 2 bits there like that. So there we go. And then the next job we want to do, if you look on the ship in the distance, the prototype, you can see you've got the cayenne, or cyan, whatever color, whatever you want to call it, the blue bottom, and then you got a blue line, and then the white hull. So now we've got to add that blue line, which is blue wool. So what we're going to do, we're going to go from the center line, which is this point here, and we're going to work on the right hand side of the ship initially, and then work round to the other side. So we'll work from the center line first, and on the center line, on this block here, you want to build 2 blocks up in blue, and then a single block there. So there we go, and then what we want to do is work to the right, or well, to its right, so basically this block here, so from to this point here. So this is row number 1, and then what we want to do from there is to go second one, hang on, we're going to go 2 up, sorry, you go 2 up, and then 2 forward, so 2 forward like that. And then for the next row, which is this one here, you want to go to the second block back, so not this block, but this block here, and you go you're going to go 2 up like that, and then you go 2 forward, 1, 2 like that. And it looks silly at the moment, but when it's done, it'll look fine. So that is the center line, and then row 1 and row 2. So that is all fine there. And then for all the rows back, basically from this point here all the way to the outside edge, you just use the same design all the way around to the outside edge on both sides. So what we're going to do, what you do on this first row, you just build 2 rows of 3. So it's the first block, and then 2, 3, and then on top of that you go 1, 2, 3 like that. And you just do the same on all the rows up to the outside. So we go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and again 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and again 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, then again 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You get the idea with this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, and then finally on the outside 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and it should look something like that. So it's not a huge change to what you've done before, but just a slightly different colour. And then what you want to do on the inside, you just fill in the gaps. Pardon me. So there's a gap there. And then there's a gap at the front as well, so a 2 block gap there, and a 2 block gap there, and a single block gap there. So when you fill in the gaps, it will look something like that. So you can't really tell the difference. Well, you can't really see it really because of the darkness of the wool. But that is how that is. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use weld edit to copy paste it. So we go from there down to the other end. So to there. Then we go copy, flip, left, and then paste. And there we go, that's both sides done now. So it should all look something like that. It looks a bit silly, but I'll show you when the hull is on, it'll look fine. So that is the bow section of the blue line done. So what you want to do is just add the blue line all the way down to the back end now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave this area blank for the minute and just head down to the stern first. Because there's an area down here which needs to be sorted out. So once you get to the back end, you're going to go from the bottom, or you go from the back end of the side. So we're on the left hand side of the stern. So we go from this corner here, and just add a blue line all the way across the stern. Because this goes in 2 phases. So we just go across one side, or across the bottom bit like this. So it's designed like that. And then when you get to the side, you just build all the way down the length of the ship down to the bow, and then on top of that you want to add a block, and then, well, it's basically do the same again but only up to the end like that, because in the area between this end and the other end will be the stern doors, but we'll work on them later on. So do the same on this side, just add the blocks up to the corner like that, and then the space in the middle here will be reserved for the stern doors. And I'll show you the stern doors, what I mean, on the prototype. So if we go over to here, you can see that the stern doors begin at the blue line. So the blue line goes inwards and is one block back from the rest of the blue line. So that is the reason for that, is because of these stern doors. But the stern doors will be added at a later date. We'll do the main hull, and then the stern doors will be added later on. So that is all that. So I'll head back over here. And what we're going to do, we're just going to finish off the blue line from the stern all the way to the back. And I can't remember what the colour is, so I'm going to go. I'll use Weld Edit, and I think is it 35.9 or 35.8? I can't remember. We'll just fill in the line anyway. So, like I said, using Weld Edit, we're going to do 35. Wait, let's set first. Let's set 35 colon 9. No, that didn't work. What is it? Is it 3? No, it's not 3. Is it 8? No. 7? No. 6? No. 5? No. 13? No. What is it? 16? No. 15? No. 14? No. 13? No. 12? 11? Ah, it's 11. There we go. I got it right in the end. So it's 35.11. So that's the stripe done on that side. So I'll do the same on the other side. Now I know what the colour is, so I go from here all the way to the back end again. So it's 35.11. So just filling in the blue line all the way to the stern, to there, and 35.11, and there we go. That's the blue line, all added along the back, or all the way to the back, and then across the back like that. So like I said, this top line across the stern will be added when the doors are put into place, but that will be for another day. Right, so now what we're going to do, we're going to head back to the bow, and we're going to begin the main hull of the ship. Now this is an art in its own. So what we're going to do, I'm just going to do a quick read of my notes, so bear with me a second. Right, so what we're going to do, we're going to get the quartz now. You can either use white wool or quartz. I use quartz because I like quartz. Yeah, so what we're going to do, we're going to go from the centre block, which will be here. So the centre block, which is here, will be labelled the centre block, because I'm doing the numbered thing again. So the centre is centre, and then to the side of that side and that side will be row number 1, and then row number 2, number 3, and number 4, all the way out to row 16. So there's 16 rows all the way out to the edge. So centre block is the centre, and then 1 from there. So the centre block of the bow, we're going to start with the bow. We're going to build 10 rows of 2. So we'll go forward, we'll go 1 row of 2, and we'll go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, like that. So that's the rows of 10 10 rows of 2. Sorry. So there we go. That is that, and then that is the centre line. And then on row number 1, we'll work on the right hand side, and I can just copy paste it to the left. So on row number 1, it's the same again, so it's 10 rows of 2. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, like that. So that is the basic shape of the tip of the bow. Now we're on to row number 2. And what you want to do, you want to build 2 rows of 3. So we go 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3. And then 8 rows of 2. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like that. So we're getting the design is starting to change, as you can tell. So it's 3, 3, and then 8 rows of 2. Right, so that is row 2. And on to row number 3 now. And it's going to be 4 rows of 3. So go 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 rows of 3 like that. And then 6 rows of 2. So go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like that. So you can sort of see the hull design is getting a bit more curvier at the bottom. So that was row number 3. Now on to row number 4. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows of 3. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 like that, and then 4 rows of 2. 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. And you can see the bow is starting to sort of blend outwards a bit more, sort of less pointy, more curvy. So that was row number 4. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we're on to row number 5. I really should have labelled these first. Anyway, we're on to number 5 now, and that is 7 rows of 3 now. So we want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 7 rows of 3, and then you want 3 rows of 2. So you go 1, 2, and 3 like that. So once again, the bow is getting a bit more curvy. So that was row number 5. So row number 6, we go to 8 rows of 3. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like that. So it's 8 rows of 3 and then 2 rows of 2. So you go 1 and 2 like that. So there we go. We're getting there now. So I just want to double check that I'm counting this right. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 6 rows we've done, including the centre. So that makes it 9. So, well, we don't include the middle one. So that's 6 rows. Now we're on to row 7. And row 7 is 9 rows of 3. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 9 rows of 3, and then a single row of 2 at the top like that. And the hull is, like I say, getting curvier. Right, so on to row number 8, and row number 8 to 16, which is the outside edge, are going to be all the same. So basically what it is 10 rows of 3. So basically from 8 to 16, just build 10 rows of 3. So I'll build the first couple, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there we go, we've got our 10 rows of 3 there. So like I said, just build the same thing all the way up to row 16, which is the outside edge. So I shall do that as quick as I can. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I did another one. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then another row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And you can see the bow is taking shape. So on to the next row again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And for the next few rows, I just do the same thing, but I use copy paste for this one just to save a bit of time. So just do copy, and I just paste them in for the last few rows. And there we go, all pasted in. So there we go, that is the bow all done. You have got a gap at the last section there. There is a gap, but that will be filled in a minute. But the rest of the hull is all flush. So that is the bow done, or at least one side of it anyway. So like before, just go around to the other side, or on the inside rather, and just fill in this gap. So it's a single block gap that needs to be filled in. And there we go, that is all sorted like that. So that is one side of the bow done. Right, so now what we want to do now is to head to the stern. So or shall I copy paste it first? How should I do this? Ah, fuck it, I'll do a copy paste. So what we're going to do, I'm just going to basically all you need to do is just do the same thing on both sides. So what I'm going to do, I use copy paste for it. So from there up to the other end, so up to there, and we do copy, flip to the left, isn't it? Left, and then we paste. Yay, it worked. There we go. Right, so that is the bow all done now. So that is how the bow should look, and it doesn't look too bad. It actually went easier than I expected because of the sort of new design that I've... Well, it's not really a new design, it's just more of a staggered design. Because of the way I designed it, it looked a bit complicated, but it actually worked better than I expected. Right, so there we go. That is the bow done. And what I need to do now is head to the stern. And we're going to work on this area now, because this area is a bit... not tricky, it's just a bit awkward because of the... we've got to go round what will be the stern door. So we'll work on the right hand side, and what we're going to do, we're going to go from the end of the outside edge, which is here, and then I'm going to work out on my note. There we are. I'm just working on my notes, and what we're going to do from this corner here, which is this block, we're going to build up 2. So we go 2 up like that, and then 4 rows of 3. We go 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3, and that is 4, and then 1 2 3 4. So that's 2 up, and then 4 rows of 3 like that, and then 2 again. We go 2 at the end, and then behind that build 2 up that way. So it's basically 3 3 3, and then 1 2 3 4 5. So basically it's 5 really, and then 2 on the side. But the way I've done it, it's basically 2 3 3 3 3 2, and then 2 there. So that's the design you want to do, like that. And we do the same on the next row in, which is this block here. So it's 2 again, and then 4 rows of 3. 1 2 3 1 2 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3, and then 2 there, and then 2 at the back, 2 like that. And the next row along again, build the 2 again, 2, and then 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3, and then the 2, and then the 2 behind, like that. And that is the corner of the stern, and it looks something like that. Don't look too bad, do it? And I'll do the same on the other side, because this is where the stern doors will go. Like I said, the stern doors are not going on today, but we'll do the same on the other side. We'll just do the 2, and then the 4 3s. 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. That was 4, wasn't it? Yep. And then we do 2 up, and then 2 up again. And the same on the next 2 rows. So it's 2, and then 4 rows of 3, and then the 2, and then the 2 there, and then the same down again at the end. 2 up, and then 3 3 3 3, and then the 2, and then the 2 again. And there we go. That is the edges of the stern. So like I said, between them 2 areas will be where the stern doors go. So I just double check to make sure I got this right. And yeah, that is fine. Right, so what we're going to do, head back to where we were. And the rows of 2, which are on the outside, or on, not the outside edge, but the furthest back. So you got the 2 3 3 3 3, and then you got this pointy 2 here. Basically, you just want to build across the stern all the way to the other side and connect onto the same row of 2 again. So just build across all the way and connect to that row of 2 there, and do the same on the row underneath. So it's basically just creating the row of 2 all the way across the width of the ship, like that. And this is basically just connecting the 2 sides together. And then the row below, basically the top block here, which is basically the middle of the 3, that top row there, just build a single line across the back end of the ship, like so. And then the rows underneath will be the stern doors, but they'll be added later on. Like I keep saying, we're not doing them today, but that is how the stern should look when it's all done, without the doors, of course. So that is how things are, and it don't look too bad at the moment. So what we're going to do, we'll go back to the bow, and what we're going to do, we're going to do something. We're going to work on something here. I got it written down, but I can't find where it is. Bear with me a second. Yeah, I found it. Right, what we're going to do, we're back at the bow again. So like I said, Alright, so now we've got, on the outside edge here of the bow, we've got the 10 rows of 3. So we'll go down to the 9th row, which is the second one down from the top. And we're just going to add a line of blocks. Basically, this is where you build the hull. We're going to build the hull all the way back to the stern now. So from this top line, which is the 9th row, one block down from the top, just build that all the way to the stern and then fill in the gap underneath. So I build the line, so you know what I'm doing, and then I'll use weld edit to fill it all in. So it's roughly about 197 blocks. So actually, I'll measure it. So where did we go from? We went from there, and I shall measure it when I get to the other end. So it should be about 198, 197 blocks long. So just build the line, and then I'll measure it, like I said. So build the line all the way along, blah 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 blah. All the way to the stern. There we are. We're at the stern, and when you get to there, that block will be 197. So that is fine. That is, like I said, that is 197 blocks long. And don't worry about it being lower than the top blocks there. That will be sorted out later on because we've got the superstructure goes on the top, and you can see the blue superstructure there. So that is where that will all begin, and don't have to worry about that today. So there's the line going from the bow to the stern, and what you need to do, pardon me, is just fill in a gap between the top line and the bottom of the hull all the way to the bow. Just fill it in with white or quartz if you're building it like me. So I use I just create a straight edge, and then I use weld edit to fill in the rest. So I basically just fill in the whole side all the way down to the bow, down to there, and we just go set quartz to there, and there we go. That is the side all filled in. I just fill in this last area on the bow. Like so. And there we go, that is one side of the hull done. And it don't look too bad at the moment. I mean, it is there is still a lot to go superstructure wise. I mean, this is only sort of 5% done. Well, I'd say 10%. But hey ho, there we go. And of course, you got the other side to do. But what I'll do, I shall do a quick jump cut while I fill in the rest. So basically, what I need to do here is just like I've done on the other side. Build the line of blocks along the side and then fill in the rest of the hull. So I should do that off camera. So I should do a quick jump cut while I do that. So back in a moment. Okay, back again, and now the hull is all complete. So I managed to do the traditional copy paste, and it don't look too bad actually. It looks like a speedboat because you got the rear spoiler over there. Looks weird, doesn't it? So yeah, that is the hull all done. I've got the bow and the sides done, and the stern is done up to a point because we haven't got the stern doors on yet. But what we're going to do, we're just going to head down to the stern, and we're going to begin the car deck. Now, I have mentioned this before, but I'll say it again. If you're building this on your own or on the console, or if you haven't got weld edit or anything like that available to you, then I would suggest getting a team of people to do this sort of project, you know, because the filling in of decks will drive you up the wall. So this is what's going to be happening now. So we're going to start building the car deck. Now the car deck is, well, the lowest point of the ship, or the lowest deck on the ship anyway, the one that's accessible. We're going to use green, and what we're going to do, we'll go from the stern, and it's going to be built along the line of the top line of the blue, or the blue stripe basically. But we're not going to go from here or here. We're going to go to the third block in from the end. So we're on the inside. Just go from the third block in, and I'm just going to build it all the way across the width of the ship just to get the thing all in position, like so. And like I said, though, if you're going to be building this, then a team of people is needed because this deck goes from the bow, or from the stern rather, where I am, all the way to the bow. And it's going to be, well, it's going to take forever building it freehand. So if you've got a team of people, then by all means use them, or weld edit like I've got. So basically, the deck goes from the stern here all the way to the bow, and you should have a gap at the stern here like this, because where the stern doors will go. So I'm just going to use the fill tool for this. We use fill 35, 13 and fill in about 300. And this probably take about half an hour to fill in because of course it's welded it. And it's my computer and it's going to take forever. Oh, there we go. So there we go, that is the car deck added, and like I said, there is a gap here at the end, and I can get rid of those 2 blocks there. So that's the car deck added. You can start adding details to it. I haven't got any idea of how the car deck actually looks, so it's up to you what you want to do with the interiors, but it's up to you what you want to do. So now the next job we want to do is to add the main deck, which will go at the top of the ship, and we'll go from the stern again. And you got the outside edge of the ship like this, but the deck itself goes to the second block down on the main deck, or on the main hull. So you got the top line here, and you go to the second block down, which is there, and that's how that one. So we'll just build this up to the stern area, and we're going to go to roughly the same area again, 1 block or 2 blocks, third block in from the stern. And we build across the width of the ship. So there we go, up to that point there. So how the deck is positioned is 1 block down from the top of the hull here, but when you get to the bow, because the bow is 1 block higher, it'll be 2 blocks below the tip of the bow. So I'll just fly over to the bow, so you get an idea of what I'm talking about. So you can see, as we built the bow is 1 block higher than the rest of the hull. So when you come to build the main deck, it will be 2 blocks below the top. So we go 1, 2, and on the 3rd block down of the bow is where your main deck will begin. So I'll fill in the first few sections of the deck here. So there we go, there's the first few areas done, and you can see it's 2 blocks below the top, and all you need to do is just fill that in all the way to where that line I built at the back. So I shall stand here and I shall use the fill tool again. So fill 3513 by 300, and we shall see how this works. Oh, there we go. That's the hull all filled in. Not the hull, rather the deck, and it should look something like this. So the ship is now capped at the top and at the bottom. Now we'll just fly over to the stern and see and make sure it's all filled in. And yep, that's fine. You've got a gap at the back, that's fine, that's the way I designed it. And it should all look something like that. A bit dark inside, or a bit weird how the light is, but once the stern doors go on, it should look okay. So that's pretty much it for today. Yeah, not much else to do, so we'll just fly back to the bow. And I'm going to ponder now, what can I do for the next part? We could either start with the superstructure, or we could move on to the stern doors and the underneath of the ship. We'll see. I'll see what I can come up with for the next video. But that'll be for part 3, whatever it will be. So yeah, that's this is pretty much it for part 2. We've got the bow, stern, and all that done of the hull. And yeah, we're not doing too bad. Progress is getting along. So anyway, this is Rich signing off, logging off and disappearing, and I shall return in part 3. Whatever we'll be doing in that, I don't know, but we shall see then. So bye for now.